Good morning. Magandang umaga po. We have a new pronouncement from IATF. It's a good news, but I'm not sure if that's a perfect news for me at this point. Let's take a look at it. That's what we'll talk about. Stay with me. I just heard about a new not accounting pronouncement, but IATF pronouncement regarding the protocol when it comes to overseas people coming over to the Philippines. So let's dissect it and see what is involved. Updated IATF protocol effective October 8, that was yesterday, regarding testing and quarantine for international arrival passengers. For fully vaccinated individuals from green or yellow list. As you know, green list is the one where you're coming from a country that you almost will never come from, because almost nobody travels to those countries. But that's the so-called green list, which is to me fake or arbitrary. Yellow list is everybody else, and that will include United States, Canada, Arabia, and so forth and so on. And of course, we have a red list, which is you're absolutely not allowed to come in. And I think that is only Bermuda. So you're either on the green list or yellow list, but this applies to both green list and yellow list. You need to undergo facility-based quarantine, that means in a hotel quarantine, until the release of their negative PCR testing taken on the 5th day. Then you are able to go home. They shall then be required to undergo home quarantine until their 10th day. So it's not 14 days now, it's 10th day, with the day of arrival as their first day. So this is definitely an improvement. 5 days, and then the remaining quarantine is going to be at home. Now, if you are not vaccinated or you are partially vaccinated, that means, for example, if you had Pfizer and you only had one shot, and they require 2 shots. Same thing with Moderna. Same thing with, I think, AstraZeneca. But Johnson & Johnson is only 1 shot. And if you got that 1 shot, you're already fully vaccinated. Okay, so that's what fully vaccinated is talking about. And you're coming from the green or yellow country, meaning any country except Bermuda, shall be required to undergo facility-based quarantine until the release of their PCR test taken on the 7th day. So on the first one, fully vaccinated, 5th day, here's 7 days. And then they shall be required to undergo home quarantine until their 14th day. So instead of 10 days for vaccinated people, it's only 14 days, then you can get out of your house, with the day of arrival as their first day. And I think it only takes 1 day now. For example, if they say you'll be tested on the 5th day, I think on the 6th day you will have the result. It's not like before where it takes about 3 days. So that too is an improvement. Now, who is required to get hotel accommodation? Now, this one talks about foreign nationals, but I think they meant anybody, foreign or Filipino nationals, shall be required to secure their own pre-booked accommodation at least 6 days for the fully vaccinated people, and at least 8 days for the unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or individuals whose vaccination status cannot be independently confirmed. If they cannot confirm your vaccination status, you may be vaccinated, but you will still be considered unvaccinated, okay? Documents that are accepted. Now, this is the thing I don't like. To verify, confirm the vaccination status. Maybe I'm wrong, but to me this is red tape. Certification from the Philippine Overseas Labor Office in the country of origin for overseas Filipino worker, for OFW, and their spouses, parents, and or children traveling with them. Where is that office? Well, for OFWs, they may be familiar with it, but for non-OFWs like me, for example, I don't know where that's located, and is it easy to be able to access them and get the necessary certification that you need? VaxCert PH, Digital Vaccination Certificate, or BOQ, that's Bureau of Quarantine, issued International Certificate of Vaccination or Prophylaxis, ICV, for Filipinos or foreigners fully vaccinated in the Philippines. Well, if you're not fully vaccinated in the Philippines, I guess you will not have that. If you get your vaccine in the Philippines, maybe it's easy to get, maybe you already know it, maybe they issue it after your vaccination, we don't know. And then they're talking about OFW. So let's say in my case, I'm vaccinated. Where do I go to get whatever vaccination? And if they cannot verify my vaccination status, I will be considered unvaccinated. Oh, there's a continuation. Sorry about that. Let's go back. Vax Certificate, Digital Vaccination Certificate of VOQ, issued International Certificate of Vaccination or Prophylaxis for Filipinos or foreigners fully vaccinated in the Philippines, and the National Digital Certificate of the foreign government which accepted VaxCert PH under a reciprocal agreement or BOQ issued ICV for non-OFW and foreigners fully vaccinated abroad. Red tape. Red tape. The next thing is, what if you had a close contact? If you are fully vaccinated individuals who are in close contact of probable and confirmed COVID-19 cases may undergo a 7-day quarantine period, provided the individual remains asymptomatic for the duration of the 7-day period, with the first day being the date immediately preceding the last day of exposure. Now, how do they know if you had a close contact? So maybe you're an airline and somebody was discovered to have COVID, then maybe you'll be considered close contact. Maybe, I don't know. Unvaccinated, partially unvaccinated individuals who may have gotten into close contact of suspect, probable, and confirmed, so it could even be just suspect, COVID-19 case shall undergo a 14-day quarantine. No ifs or buts, 14 days if you're unvaccinated, and 7 days if you are vaccinated. And I assume once in an airline, for example, one passenger had COVID, maybe that's a probable cause for you to be quarantined for 14 days. I still have some questions in my head. Now, the below 18 and over 65-year-old, those below 18 years old, fully vaccinated individuals over 65 years of age, because if it's under 16, they do not have the vaccine yet. But if you're under 18, I mean 18, not 16. If you're under 18, this will apply. And also, those over 65 years of age, fully vaccinated with comorbidities and other health risks, fully vaccinated pregnant women, point-to-point interzonal travel to areas under general community quarantine and or modified general community quarantine subject to guidelines and health protocols and may be prescribed environmentalism. No. I hate IATF. But anyway, that is an improvement. I'm not jumping up and down yet. I still wouldn't go personally. But for those people who has the need to go home, it's definitely an improvement. You just have to go through the hassle, maybe not, maybe you already know where to get it. This so-called certificate or certificate of reciprocity or whatever it is that they're looking for. I am waiting for this whole thing to disappear. And my feeling is this is not going to disappear until after the election. Why? Do I believe these protocols are really intended to avoid the disease from spreading? There is a certain element of that, but I think the major piece of it is they want control. I won't even be surprised if they will try to influence the election, just like what happened in the United States, by using this COVID as a reason to cheat. So, until after the election, I am not counting on this thing going away. And they may be showing improvements here and there, or maybe shortly before the election, they will say, okay, no more. restriction whatsoever back to the old days. That's unlikely, but it's a possibility. And maybe do that so that they will become like heroes and hopefully win the election. Guys, don't let them do that to you, okay? They're treating us like a fool by going through all this. I know certain element of restriction is required, like this face shield. Up to now, they haven't removed that yet. It's ridiculous. At least I have not heard. I could be wrong, but I still see people wearing face shield. So, anyway, this is the news for today. Not as great as far as I'm concerned, but better. And I'll appreciate it if you can spread it and share it with other people who has the need to know about these things. And I will appreciate it if you click like and do subscribe to my channel unless you have already done so. Thank you so much. God bless and make it a great day.